Shalom Shabbata. Hope you had a Baruch Shabbat yesterday. Welcome back to Flipping Pages, Stirring Sauces. Tawada and gratitude to all of you who have liked, subscribed, and shared. Today it's all about the red and white freedom flag that is flying in our nation's capital. My segment following this one will be to update you on what is going on with Pure Later, and people notice everything I say and do. I will be defining lingam for you in the way it was used, or you could just look it up in the dictionary. And yes, I'm wearing lipstick today, which is not a normal thing for me, but when you live with men, all men, and the temperature gets to be really bad outside, everything that you have that is a moisturizer that doesn't have color in it disappears. And I was spending some time out in nature recently, and so my lips became very chapped, and the only thing they left me with is moisturized lipstick. So all my moisturized stuff has disappeared. Anyway, I would really like this particular video to go viral, for more reasons than one. So yeah, I'm going to be, like I said, defining lingam. I'm going to be catching you up on what's going on with Pure Later Inc. And I'm going to be discussing my own personal experiences with Big Pharma. But today, it's all about my adopted home. Yeah, my home away from home, and what those wonderful truckers are doing in the nation's capital. And it astounds me. CBC is government funded, which means it's owned by you and I, the public. And they have totally ignored this historical, phenomenal event that is taking place in our nation's capital, Ottawa. And yes, our nation's capital, Ottawa, is in Ontario, not Quebec. So I'm gonna jump right in. As I said, today is all about the red and white. The Canadian flag, which is flying all over our nation's capital today in support of freedom. And what is going on in Ottawa today was brought about by the Canadian Truckers Freedom Convoy 2022. On March 31st, 2020, Justin Trudeau stated that the truck drivers who are working day and night to make sure our shelves are stacked. So, when you can, please, he has a hashtag, thank a trucker for everything they're doing and help them however you can. So in Justin Trudeau's eyes, they were heroes. And yes, the truckers are heroes. Because if they don't do their job, we can't get certain things, food items which are not manufactured here, and a whole lot of other items which are not manufactured or grown here, especially in the winter months. So my gratitude to the truckers. More recently, Justin Trudeau has stated that the small fringe minority of people who are on their way to Ottawa or who are holding unacceptable views that they are expressing do not represent the views of Canadians following the science of protecting each other, stepping up to protect each other's freedoms, views, or rights as a country. Well, I've seen what is going on in Ottawa, in spite of mainstream media refusing to even acknowledge this historical event. Anyway, there's nothing fringing about it. Justin Trudeau conveniently was exposed to the Big C earlier this week and is currently in hiding with his family because of all the truckers who have converged on the nation's capital. I also want to say tawada and gratitude to the two gentlemen who, who continuously provides me with information and receipts to feature here on this platform, because sometimes the information that I have is not as extensive as what they provide. So I'm truly grateful for that. So, So in response to Trudeau hiding out with his family, I say, really? The reason we're where we are is because as a nation, we are too peaceful. We believe in following the rules, the mandates, and mandates are not laws, and they do not supersede the law. Nothing and no one except the Most High, the Ancient of Days, the Creator, Hawa, the Giver of Breath, Ahaya, is above the law. When I came back from Jamaica in October of 2021, they tried to intimidate me and force me into, at my own expense, to take a PCR test at Pearson International Airport. I told them no. I do not view my nostrils any differently than I view my vaginal cavity. And I would not allow anyone to unlawfully insert anything into my vaginal cavity. That is considered sexual assault. Unlawfully inserting anything into my nostrils is physical assault. They're both assaults. They demanded my driver's license. I refused to give it to them because it was not a traffic stop. I committed no traffic violation. The only travel document that you require when traveling and entering Canada at Pearson International Airport is your passport, and it was already in their possession. They threatened to give me a $6,000 ticket I said to them, I don't care how big the ticket is. I don't care if you lock me up. I don't care if you charge me and arrest me. Nobody is violating my person tonight. So they gave me a $6,000 ticket, which I swiftly returned to them once I got home. It seemed to have disappeared down a dark hole, because that was in October, and I have not heard anything back from them except to say that they received it. You see, they would have to show me and a judge under what section of the law they possessed the authority to physically assault me. And I don't think there's any section of the law where they possess that authority. So this David was not going to play by their rules or play their game. I was not in the mood for it. Oh yeah, and when they showed up at my house to do a big C check to make sure that I was home, I chased them away from my front door. That's a violation of my privacy. They have no right. Unless I committed a crime and they are here to serve me a search warrant to enter my premises, they had no right showing up here. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just saying that when they showed up here uninvited to investigate me, I chased them away from my front door. Premier Brian Peckford, the only living minister who helped to draft the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, is now suing Justin Trudeau's government for violating our rights of freedom of movement. Revelations 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Justin Trudeau, you took this nation into captivity 2 years ago, and you will be taken into captivity. The same people who are protecting you and hiding you right now will take you into captivity for treason and crimes against humanity. You can run, but you can't hide. You have a date with the Hague Tribunal. And the other day I said you never see smoke without fire. In Britain, they are preparing court cases against all those people with their mandates. And this is why Boris Johnson did a 180 and decided to remove all the restrictions. It's too late, Boris. You already committed your crime, and you have achieved, you and the rest of the 1%, the corrupt, wicked, cruel 1% that has committed crimes against humanity. The damage is already done. And so because the damage is already done and you've reached your quota, you're now doing a 180-degree turn. You also have your date at the Hague Tribunal. Bill Gates is now claiming that he regrets promoting the Kool-Aid and calls for its withdrawal. How very kind of you. Who do you think you're fooling? You really think people are idiots? You've made your billions from this nonsense. You've achieved your goals because people do not know their rights. And because of fear, fear of the unknown, the Creator did not put the spirit of fear in us. That was given to some people by that other entity. But because of fear, a lot of people ran out and drank this Kool-Aid without even researching if it was legal for the government to do what they did. People, you can't just accept what the 1% forces on you. You have to look at things logically. And you have to make logical, common sense decisions. Bill Gates, you have an appointment at the Hague Tribunal as well for treason and crimes against humanity. So you can talk your double talk right now, but you're all of you are going to end up right there, suffering the faith that you had for the world population. Hank Kuhnman. I have an investigative mind. I do not look at the obvious. I look behind the story. And what you're doing in drawing attention to the Canadian truckers' convoy to Ottawa is good. But the Creator has exposed you as being a liar, a false prophet. And when something is handed to me, I don't just look at the positive, I look at the negative. I look at it holistically. Because like I said, it needs to make sense to me. And I take that puzzle apart and I put it back together. And if it doesn't go back together properly, then there's a red herring in there somewhere. So the Creator has exposed you as a liar for trying to make yourself out to be some sort of prophet. You said that you prophesied about the convoy from British Columbia to Ottawa, Quebec. Ottawa, Quebec? Ottawa, Canada's capital, is in Ontario. And the convoy is traveling from coast to coast to coast to coast. It started in the Atlantic provinces, and they're comprised of Prince Edward Island, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and Labrador. And from the west, they started out on Vancouver Island. I would have been impressed if you had actually looked at a map of Canada and found out about our geography. The Most High does not make mistakes. Not only are you exposed as a liar, but as ignorant about your closest neighbors to the north. We touch the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Beaufort Sea. Self-importance and self-praise is just that, hot air. Tawada and gratitude for helping to bring attention to our truckers. I believe some of them came north as well from the U.S. border towns. Maybe next time you should focus more on the issue at hand and not on your self-praise. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that may otherwise be infringing. And I just wanted to share with you some of what is happening in our nation's capital. That the mainstream media, by the way, is not reporting on. People are waking up.
So we can all see this. Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go. How you doing, G? I got 14K right now. Get it up there. Let's get it up there.
14,000. That's not fringe.
Everybody comment where you're from. Comment your city, your country. Let the world know where you're from. I capture you guys. last time you seen Ottawa like this?
Unlike in other countries, in Canada, you can walk right up to the doors of Capitol Hill.
Someone's got a drone up there. That light, that's a drone. Police, Toronto police, everywhere. They're bringing everyone. Durham, Toronto, London, Ontario. I see all police forces here. We got calling the police. We got these guys. Freedom joints when you're ready. Nice. Freedom joints. Freedom! Oh, yo, I want to get that. Damn, where's the Molly? Serious, look at this, man. My kids complain every day about this shit.
I'm gonna move it along a little bit to see if I can get some of the... Oh my goodness! Can you guys see what that says? Oh my goodness! Is that on the side of... That's on the side of a truck! Oh my goodness! It said blank Trudeau. I wish this was clearer, that you guys could see it on the see it as clearly as I see it on my phone. Anyway, I'm 43 minutes in, so I'm gonna stop it here. I was hoping that you would see some of the I was hoping that some of the speeches would be shown in this segment because I queued it up, but it seemed like it just skips to the next segment. That's not the segment where I had it queued up. I had it queued up where some of the firemen and some of the police officers who have taken retirement, early retirement, they were forced to take early retirement because they refused to drink the Kool-Aid. They were giving speeches. There were police officers from all over Canada, firefighters from all over Canada, and nurses from all over Canada, doctors from all over Canada. So it wasn't just the truckers, and there were ordinary people, and there were also people there who drank the Kool-Aid, but are supporting those who choose not to drink the Kool-Aid. So, united we stand, divided we fall. And if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And I would really, really, really appreciate it or appreciate love it if you would share, like, and subscribe. Australia. There's a lot going on in Australia, and the rest of the world is not really privy to it. We've seen snippets of what's going on there, and it would be great if this, what is going on in Canada, could get to those Australians so that they know that they're not alone in their fight, and so that they know that the rest of the world isn't at the point where they are at. But if we don't stand up and do things like what is happening in the nation's capital right now, we could get to that point where they're actually chasing you down in the street and shoving this Kool-Aid into you. So hopefully we can stem it before it gets there. The truckers are in the nation's capital, and they vowed to stay there until all of these Kool-Aid restrictions are lifted. And Canadians, being the generous people that we are collecting money to fund them, to pay for their stay while they're there, to provide food. And as you can see, it was very cold, but that did not deter Canadians from coming out to stand up for freedom. This is fighting for the life and the freedom for ourselves, our children, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren. That's what this is all about, standing up for freedom. And like I said before, for me, it is not about the likes or the shares or the whatever. You know that most times when I do these segments, I don't even ask for that. But the message needs to get out there about what is going on and what we are doing to counter that. Because like I said, mainstream media is nowhere to be found. And this is a major historical event. A major historical event that has sent Justin Trudeau, Canada's Prime Minister, into hiding with his family, which I don't understand. Why is he hiding? What is he afraid of? If you've made the right decisions and you believe that wholeheartedly, come out and face your public. Speak to the Canadians as a leader. Defend your position. But no, you run away and hide. Hide like a little rat in a hole. You know, they say, what? Fiction is stranger than fact, or fact is stranger than fiction. Whatever that saying is. But you show your true characteristics when the going gets tough. I'm going to leave it there for now. I wish you Baruch and Shalom.